Washington size-wise kind of similar to you guys? You guys have faced a lot of bigger teams recently. Does it present something different for you here?
Well, it is a little different. We're not quite as undersized against them, so hopefully we'll be able to get to the basket a little bit more and create a few more things on the offensive end. We've been doubling the post a little bit, which has created some rotation problems for us. So, I don't know. They're a good team. Lorenzo does a good job, so they'll create different problems, than some of the problems we've faced here the last couple of weeks.
Stanford, in particular, Randall was able to get to the line. Like 27 of his 33 kind of came near the hoop. Kind of what Joe was doing earlier this year. Do you kind of look at an opportunity maybe for Joe to do some of that?
Well, Joe has to stay aggressive offensively. He's had a couple games here. He hasn't shot the ball real well in conference play, so. It's a combination of things. He's got to look for opportunities. He's got to move better without the basketball, and hopefully he'll get to the rim a little bit.
How do you plan on guarding both guys? Do you have one guy in particular you're going to put on him?
Well, he's an awfully good player. He's done a great job for them for a long time, and it'll fall on a lot of guys. We'll rotate on him, but he is a very good player. He's their leading scorer. He's one of the best scorers in the league. He'll be a handful, no doubt about it.
You accentuated kind of the positive, it sounded like, after the game. Have you tried to maintain that this week and not sort of dwell too much on the losses the last couple of weeks, kind of keep looking forward?
Well, it's been tough on the guys. We had high expectations, and some of those losses really, they hurt. So you've got to keep moving ahead. We've had a big setback here. We've had a few weeks where we haven't played good basketball, and that's not going to change by me, harping on all the negatives. We've got to correct some of the negatives, but this is still a good basketball team. We can still score baskets. We can still figure out a way to win some games, and we just got to do it.
Coach, how much of a factor is it just in a situation like this where you want your team just to go out and have fun and
well, that's a big part of it. The weight of the world's on these guys' shoulder right now, and I've been trying to, let them have some fun in practice, stay upbeat, but yet be demanding, because we're not going to dig ourselves out of this by being soft. We've got to fight back, but still, you got to have the guys wanting to come to the gym, which is always good to see them here early. It's always good to see them wanting to stay after late. But there's no doubt there's a strain on them. There's a gorilla on their back right now, and we've got to figure out a way to loosen that up a little bit, have a little fun.
So you don't change your coaching style at all when you're going through kind of like a stage you've been on recently?
Oh, you change it a little bit. It's more important for me to maybe spend a little more time with the guys and talk to them a little bit more, and but don't change our expectations, don't change our demands. We don't change, what we really believe in, So, yes, there are some things that you got to adjust, but there's certain things that are non-negotiable, and we're going to try to do regardless of whether we're winning or losing.
Despite some of the offensive issues the other night, it sounds like big picture defense remains your focus on these guys.
Yeah, we still got to get better defensively. We still got to change some things up there, but we have to score points. We can't change who we are, and offensively, we didn't play well. We didn't shoot it well. Our three leading scorers, all had bad nights shooting the basketball, and that's going to create problems no matter what.
Coach Damian said that instead of watching some film of the losing games, you'd watch films of you guys winning. Is that something you think you might do?
Well, you change things up. We've been grinding on film and things that we haven't done well, and that didn't work. So we didn't watch any film on Oregon State because, we just moving ahead. So, again, it's a fragile game. At times, players, like I said, they respond to pressure differently, and so we're just trying to change things up. If I had the answer and I knew it was the answer, we'd be doing it, but this isn't an exact science, and, my job's just trying to figure out a way to get them going again, and, hopefully that'll start Thursday night.
Talked about opportunities on the conference call yesterday down low. Do you feel like Ben maybe has earned a chance to start, or?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. He did a good job offensively. He had some mistakes defensively. Rich played pretty good. So we've kind of, we're settling on our rotation here, because we just have to move ahead.
You need to be more aggressive. His end, driving to the rim, drawing fouls. You kind of mentioned that too. Is there a way you can design them to get to the rim a little bit easier?
Well, we've got some sets for him. He hasn't been productive, in some of our calls. So, it's, like I said, it's not anything I think that we can design for him. I think it's more got to be natural opportunities and breaks and opportunities that count.
Feeling a reluctance when he's guarded on the perimeter from guys to kind of hand check him because of the emphasis on the new rules and somewhat of a free lane to the rim at times. Do you sense that the calls are as consistent now as they were in November when the emphasis was put?
No, it's more physical now than it was. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's changed a little bit.
You talked about trying to get these guys to have some fun. Any experiments that you've tried in practice possible ways to do that?
Oh, I'm not a real fun guy, so we just try to keep practice upbeat. I haven't changed my energy level, haven't changed anything like that. So, it's I don't think we ever have not had fun. It's sometimes it's work. It's got to be a little bit of work, but no, I think the guys have handled it pretty well.
When you got two experienced point guards now, like these guys, you mentioned trying to find rotations. Do you kind of play matchups or kind of go with the hot hand or put them in there? How do you kind of, with Johnny and DA, mix things or kind of put them in and out?
Well, there's no set formula. We hope if one of them's going a little better, we go with that. We have stats and things we look at plus minus, after ball games. But during the game, it's just kind of a feel for who's going and who's playing better.